I'm finally going to do some anime news and some nerd stuff. I know I've been talking about tech, but I haven't done any of the anime news yet. So I'm just going to go over some Crunchyroll news that surprised me today that I was going over. So right now we're going over the spring 2025 anime season lineup. And the lineup, I was actually surprised at how many English dubs there's going to be. And I'm going to concentrate on English dubs for the most part because that's what I know. And I really don't want to go over to subs. There's already a lot of sub news, and everyone has that already. But I am going to go over the English dub news. So the new seasons right now they're talking about, which I was surprised. Of course, there's Fire Force. That's no surprise, which is the prequel to Soul Eater. My Hero, Vig- My Hero Academia Vigilantes, which is the manga has already ended, and it's finally the anime has come out. Black Butler. This show has been out for years, but went on hiatus for years. Dub airtime has not been announced, but there will be an English dub for it. One Piece, always going to be an English dub for it. It's that popular. The Beginning After the End. This one, I originally remember, I think, wasn't getting one, and now it is. Uh, I heard it's a really good manga. When it was announced, a lot of people posted it. I saw on Facebook, so I am not surprised. Uh, the Apothecary Diaries is still ongoing. I'm not sure when that actually ends. It's already ongoing, so there must be just a second part of it this time around. Uh, I've been killing slimes for 300 years. Max out my level season 2. This has been delayed for 2 years. Uh, a lot of the characters, there's some new characters, like there's a new face that wasn't in season one. These look like new faces that I don't remember in season one. Uh, I don't think I remember her either. So there's like 3 or 4 new characters. Uh, and where this starts out is pretty amazing, but it's a really good show. So next, then there's these other ones. I don't know anything about these. The rest I've heard because a lot of these shows were delayed for a long time. But looks like this one's not getting one. But just because it's not getting one now doesn't mean it couldn't get one. There's some animes that came out a year or two ago and they're all of a sudden got an English dub. Uh, and Shirley, I don't know. Spirited Orphan finds love, friendship, true home at Green Gables in his heartwarming coming of age tale. Coming of age tale. There's been a lot of these lately, but there was even an article saying that a lot of the love stories and are starting to fail. It's because they've launched so many. Because they launched a couple and they're really good. So now a bunch of them got English dubs, and there's a lot of them just launched at one time. I think there's 3 this season. Uh, Bye Bye Earth season 2. That series was definitely nothing that I thought it would be. It's a completely different series. I don't even know how to describe it. Looks like she was from Earth and she was somehow transported to another world that looks like the Earth. So I didn't even know this was getting a season 2, but it's definitely worth it. It's a little bit of a trip because she's the only human on that world and everyone else has fur, so they look at her funny. Uh, Fire Force, of course. These ones are looks like just subs. I'm not going to go over those at all. These look like just subs only. I'm not going to go over those. And these 2 are the dubs we'll be looking at. Guess it's just another sub. Once Upon a Witch's Death. I don't know this one, but it is getting an English dub. On her 17th birthday, apprentice with Meg must gather 1,000 tears of joy to break a deadly curse and gain eternal life. Okay, so it's guess a witch anime, which there hasn't been any witch animes, and I haven't seen it in probably 10 years. So this is definitely a good one. I could be a little bit wrong. Could be like 6 years. But there used to be back-to-back witch animes that came out, but it's probably been about 6 years since then. That's the only one from that quarter category that I see in April. It says sub April 1st, but dub is not announced. Uh, Teogonia? Teogonia, I guess that's how it's said. Uh, Humans face demi-humans known as Kai. Village Boy will join the war in this tale of magic and mystery. Uh, I wish I knew how many episodes these were going to have. Uh, King is reborn as Arthur Lewin in a magical world seeks to correct the mistakes of his past life. The beginning after end. I see this posted multiple times everywhere. So this has to be probably the number one of April. Number one series to look forward to. It looks similar to I forget, it was Reborn about a job. I can't think about it, the series name right now, but that's what it is. Brilliant Healer's New Life in the Shadows. I actually saw this manga shown multiple times, and I guess it's a good one. I don't really know much about it. These shows are pretty new to me, and they're not mangas I've read. The Gorilla God's Go To Girl, the Shuji Family of Children. These are a lot of English dubs for next season. I'm honestly surprised. It looks like there's going to be a couple dubs every single day. Uh, Banished for Useless, Self-Taught Healer. This has been a thing going on where people get banished and they're stronger than they think, and there's just a bunch of those right now. Uh, the Gorilla God's Go-To Girl, her blessing, gorilla strength, her curse, everyone wants it. A timid girl battles reclaim her quiet life. Yeah, it seems like the show that's going on right now. So the Shinju family, an unconventional romantic comedy begins for one young man from the creator of Rent a Girlfriend. That should be interesting. Rent a Girlfriend was really good, and I thought it was going to be really corny and not very good, but it took off. I watched it. I loved the first season. I didn't finish the second season. I got in other shows. So let's see. The Unaware Altair Meister. And this looks like the Altair games, except with more male protagonists, because most of the Altair protagonists were female, but the one male one actually looked like this. So I don't know. One adventure may not have fighting skills, but their secret abilities will bring even more success. Looks like it's like an alchemy anime. Uh, to be a hero, X. Through crash by public faith. To be X means conquering humanity's fickle whims. That I'm going to have to watch and determine and see what kind of show it really is. We all knew Windbreaker was getting a season 2. It's just like Tokyo Revengers. Witch Watch, another witch anime. So it looks like that's what the genre's going back to. Because I've seen a couple of these now. This is probably the third one, but I think one didn't get English dubbed. It looks like 2 are getting English dubbed this season. Moriyuto Otogi's friend and witch in training Nico Wakutsuki moves in. Now it's up to him to protect her. Okay. That seems like a cross between a couple shows. Seems a little bit original, so I'll give that a chance. When there's ever anime about manga artists, they don't seem to get English dubbed, which is sad, and I just don't know why. And this says aspiring manga artist travels around Japan to find unexpected treasures. This could be something if they decide to English dub it at a different time, but it doesn't look like it's going to be in next season. But I keep seeing these, and some of them are really good animes and mangas from a long time ago with no translation. And looks like there's 5 to be announced. I guess we'll see what's going on with those. This not getting English dubs anymore blows my mind. The show was super popular on Cartoon Network when it did, and they just don't dub it anymore. They dub the movies and the other spin-off series, but those are all done by Netflix. Netflix does all the case closed spin-offs that have something to do with it, this series, but they don't. It's kind of caught up there with One Piece and the amount of episodes it has. I don't. This is continuing spring. I guess there's. I don't know if there's going to be more episodes. If this is going to be more than 12 episodes, I would like to, because this is actually really good. We all knew Last Crusade, Rise of New World. They only did half of it. There's a second part to it. This series is really good and worth it. Apothecary Diaries, I'm still shocked at that show. It's a cross between mystery and the old Japan. It's worth watching. Pay close attention when you watch this one. If you're watching this anime and you're trying to play games and do stuff at the same time, which a lot of people I know do, don't with this one. This one actually is very detailed and you need to pay attention. There's like scams and schemes and it's a lot and you can't miss what's going on or you might not understand the next couple episodes what's going on down the line. And that's going to be it for the news. That's actually a lot more than I thought would be coming out. They're really banging them out for spring. I expect a lot of other news to come out, like Disney Twisted Wonderland. I actually got one of the mangas for this one. This will stream exclusive on Disney Plus, which makes sense. It is a Disney character. It's based off Disney characters. So this is going to probably be an amazing one. So don't sleep on that in October. Of course, we all know Blue Lock is coming out. Uh, I don't think I'm going to go over anything else. Oh, I got a Cheats Going on the World, Became Unravel in the Real World 2 anime TV special announced. This is actually a really good show. Some people didn't like it. Some people loved it. I liked it because he actually goes back to the real world and he bounces between the real world and the fantasy world. And the people from the fantasy world can leave and go into the real world, into our world. So it's actually present day Japan to, I guess you can't really call it feudal Japan because it's a different world altogether. But they can cross over with him. So I thought that was a really interesting concept that the other places don't do. Like usually they have to stay in that world and the protagonist has to stay in his, but that's not the case. And I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, I guess that's it. I don't really know anything else about what's going on. That was all the animes. Looks like there is some other news, but I don't really know the full details of it. Like Rent a Girlfriend season 4, 2 and 3 were back to back, which I was surprised. And season 4 we had to wait for it. So I'll probably finish 2 and 3, and I'm gonna start doing reviews of animes themselves, dubbed and sub. I'm gonna mostly concentrate on video game anime and anime that has to do with medieval. This is just not my favorite, but I know it a little bit better, and I want to give my honest reviews on those ones first, on as I watch things. So that's all I'm going to go over today. If you guys really like the video, I'm actually going to be posting this on all my social media for this one. So if you liked it, uh, please subscribe. If you liked it, excuse me, if you liked it, hit the like button. If you want to subscribe, please subscribe. Hey guys, I'll see you.